Let me ask you something. When you use a shopping app, add items to a cart, store contacts in a phone, or manage scores in a game, you're not just dealing with one value. You're dealing with collections of data. And that's exactly what we are going to learn today. If you haven't watched my Python basics and Python strength video, I would recommend you to watch those first. Because this video builds directly on top of those topics. In this video, we are going to understand how Python handles collections of data. We start with list, how to create them, access elements, and use common methods. Then we will move to tuples, where you will see what immutability means and when tuples are a better choice. After that, we will explore sets, which are perfect when you need unique values and mathematical operations. Finally, we will compare lists, tuples, and sets side by side. And I will show you common beginner mistakes to avoid. By the end of the video, you will clearly know when to use each collection type. Alright, let's switch to VS Code. So what are collections? In Python, a collection is a way to store multiple values in a single variable. So here we have 3 values stored in a different variables. But using Python list, we can store all together in a single list. That is variable called fruits equal to apple, banana, and mango. This is our first collection, that is list. Next, creating lists. For example, we'll create a variable called numbers and store values in this square bracket. List can store numbers, strings, or even mixed. For example, let me create a list of mixed values. It's a string value, then number, and then even we can include the float values. Let's run this code. It didn't throw any error. Next, indexing and slicing. Just like strings, lists start from index 0. So let me add a variable fruits which contains all the fruit types. So here, if I want to extract the first fruit, that is apple, so what I will do is I will get it by using its index in fruits of 0. Then let's run this code. It has printed apple. Slicing works the same way, but instead of getting one value, we will be extracting some part of it. So now I am interested in getting the values, that is apple and banana, from this particular list. So what I will do, I will add this particular print statement where it is slicing the values in this particular list between 0 to 2. It means apple and banana will be printed. You might be thinking why mango is excluded, even though we have added the index 2 here, that is 0, 1, 2. The reason behind this is, in Python, start index is always included and the end index is always excluded. So here 2 means the position of mango, it will be excluded. Let's run this code and see. So as I mentioned, it has printed apple and banana. If you want to include mango as well, we have to add 3 here. I'm running it again. Now it has printed apple, banana, and mango. Next, list methods. List come with built-in methods. In this one, I will cover few list methods which are being used most commonly. That is append, which will add the value to the end of the list, and then remove, which will remove the item from a given list. So here I am trying to add orange to this existing list, and then I am removing the banana from this particular list. Let's run this code and see the output. So here it has added apple, banana has been removed, and then mango moved to the index of 1, and then at the end we have added orange. There are many more methods. For example, so here we are trying to count the number of apple. It has printed 1. Like this, we have many more methods which are being used in list. Since this is a beginner's topic, so I am not covering most of the methods in this video. In the upcoming videos, I will try to cover all the methods and most of the operations being used in the list. Next, Python tuples. What are tuples? Tuples almost look like list, but it uses parentheses. Let me add a variable that is coordinates enclosed within a bracket 10, 20. Tuples are immutable, so once we create it, we can't change their values. Let's try to show with an example. Here I am trying to change position of 0, that is 10, with the value 30. Let's try to run this code. If you have observed, it has thrown an error. So we can't change the tuple values. Tuples are useful only when the values are fixed, like coordinates, dates, and configurable values. Next topic, Python sets. Sets store unique values only. Notice here I will create a sets with duplicates value, and it will remove the duplicates automatically. Let that open this list. Sets. We have added two times in this particular sets, but in the output it has removed that. Basically it will remove the duplicate. Sets are unordered, useful for removing duplicates and good for mathematical operations. Let's see some set operations, that is a equal to 1, 3 and then b equal to 5, 6. First we'll perform union operation, that is a dot union of b. So it will combine both the values. It has combined the values of both the variables, that is a and b. Now let's look at the other operation, that is a dot intersection of b. So here we are trying to see, is there any common values between these two variables. It has returned empty, because here we don't have any common values in these two sets. Let's try to add 4 here, and now we rerun this code. It has printed 4. So basically sets behaves like the normal math sets. Next we will perform the comparison between Python lists, sets and tuples. So for that I have come up with this data. So here we have the features, that is the ordered, mutable and duplicates. So in list the values are ordered and it's mutable. It means we can change their values at any point of time, and then it can contain duplicate values. Then next comes is tuples. So tuples are also ordered, but it's immutable, that is we can't change the values once it has created, and then it can contain duplicate values. Then third comes the sets. These are not ordered values and this is mutable, which means we can change these values inside the set, and then the duplicates are not allowed. So let me cover when to use each. The list can be used in shopping cart, the tuples in GPS coordinates, and finally the sets for unique student IDs. So by this I have covered when to use list, tuple and set. Next, common beginner mistake. So in this one we are going to cover the most of the common mistakes the beginners do, and the first one is trying to change a tuple value. Let me add a new tuple 1, 2, 3, and if I try to change this value of position 0 with new value, it will throw an error, because as I mentioned earlier, tuples are immutable. The reason behind this is tuples are designed in such a way. If you want to change the values in future, then you can go ahead with the list. The next mistake is trying to add uniqueness in the list, which is not possible. For an example, if I want to store the unique IDs of a students, then I should use set. But if I use list, so here I added 4 2 times. If I try to print these values, it will still include the duplicate values. Let me comment this line. Now rerun the code. So it has still included 4 2 times, which is not possible. The unique IDs will always be unique. It can't have duplicate values. So in this case, we have to use sets. Let me comment this line. Now we'll rerun the code. So it has removed duplicate values. We can expect a lot of errors during coding, but we can't cover all those things in this particular video. Let me tell you some more mistakes the beginners can do. That is, so this is my list which contains combination of integer and text. If I try to get the values of index which is there at the position 5, which will result in an error because there is no such value at the index 5. This particular list just has index 0, 1, 2 and 3. Let's run this code. As I said, it has given an index error. So make this work, what I will do, I will provide the index of 3, which is ID. Now it has printed correctly the ID. And one more mistake is we are trying to remove the values which is not even present in this particular list. I'm trying to remove the value 5. It's not there in the given list and it will throw an error. Here it is, the value error. So if you have got any other errors while you are coding, do add that in the comment box. Today you learned how Python handles corrections using list, tuple and sets. And more importantly, to know when to use each. In the next video, we will explore Python dictionaries, where data is stored as key value pairs or labeled data.